In today's episode, 10 reasons instructional coaching is the key to sustainable professional growth in schools. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Coach Better Quick Tips. My name is Kim Cafino, and I'm here to help you coach better. After decades as a teacher and instructional coach in international schools, I founded my company, Eduro Learning, to help you embrace your inner leader and make a bigger impact in your school setting as a teacher, a coach, or a leader. I work with clients around the world through our certificate programs and private mentoring packages, and these episodes are often inspired by those powerful conversations. If you have a question you'd like to hear us answer, please leave a comment below or join our Coach Better Facebook group or find us on social media at Eduro Learning and send me a DM. You can find all of our resources for instructional coaches and listen to our full episodes of the podcast on our website at coachbetter.tv. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel to catch all of our latest episodes here on YouTube. Today, I'm going to be sharing 10 reasons instructional coaching is the key to sustainable professional growth in schools. This topic is near and dear to my heart because I truly believe that instructional coaching is the key driver in continued long-term professional growth in schools. I know we have a ton of options for professional learning: conferences, in-house PD, consultants, and of course, online courses like the ones that I offer. But I believe coaching is the way to take all of that and make it achievable, personalized, and sustainable. This is a big part of the reason I created the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program. I was a consultant for a long time. I spent a lot of time traveling to schools and enjoying the suitcase method: fly in, inspire people, and fly out. But as much as I loved doing that work, and I am good at that work, I know that the schools that have full-time coaches and have structures in place for those coaches to do their jobs well have much more success in implementing everything I shared. And in fact, in schools with thriving coaching programs, they don't need to invest as much in outside consultants or external PD because those communities are deeply inspired and engaged in professional growth. I created the coach so I can help educators in schools build these kinds of communities, the kinds of communities that are committed to professional growth and engage in ongoing professional conversations about learning. So if you're in a school right now, if you're a coach or you want to be a coach or you're in a struggling coaching program, you may find this topic helpful in working with your school leaders to help them understand why coaching is so valuable, and maybe even why they may want to invest in PD funds to support you in joining our next global cohort of the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program, which opens for registration soon. And if you're curious about that, head over to edurolearning.com/coach after this video to get all the details about our next cohort. To help ensure that you're able to get financial support from your school to join the coach, I've created a free resource for you to share with your school leader that highlights all of these 10 points with quotes from other school leaders that have been guests on the Coach Better podcast. This quick guide gives you the leadership language to have a purposeful conversation with your school leaders about investing in your professional growth as a coach and therefore maximizing the impact you can make in your school setting. You can grab the download in the description box below or head over to edurolearning.com/top10. And if you use it, let me know how it worked. Find me on social media at Eduro Learning on Twitter or IG, or join our Coach Better Facebook group and tell me how it went. I would love to know how things are developing in your school. If you have any questions on how to use it or you just want to talk it through, send me a DM and we can strategize on how it might be best for your school community. Okay, here are the top 10 reasons I believe that coaching is the key to sustainable professional growth in schools. And if you have more or you disagree, let me know. Leave a comment down below or find me on social. I want to hear what you think. Oh, and to clarify what I mean by instructional coaching before I start, I'm talking about informal or formal peer relationships that are non-evaluative, focused on teacher goals and student learning, close to the classroom, and involve a cycle, structure, or system for self-reflection, data collection, and feedback. Okay, let's get started. 10 reasons why I believe instructional coaching is the key to sustainable growth in schools. Number 1, it enables differentiation of whole school PD. Every school offers whole school, mission-focused, goal-driven professional learning. Schools need to have these one-size-fits-all sessions, usually at the beginning of the year, maybe again in the middle, maybe at the end, to set the tone and focus for professional growth for the year. It's essential that everyone hear the same message and that we're all able to communicate those school goals and priorities to all staff. However, by the very nature of these sessions, they are extremely hard to differentiate. Even with the best efforts, whole school PD will often have educators with different experience, understanding, and preparedness attending the very same session. Instructional coaches can take the big picture messaging of whole school PD and customize the professional learning for teams or individuals based on need. They can build on full faculty sessions with smaller, more focused, and differentiated sessions for groups as needed within the school day. My second reason is that it avoids the suitcase model of PD. When schools hire consultants, even highly experienced and effective consultants, the ideas and inspiration they bring with them in a suitcase often leaves with them too. Even when the consultant has a long-term connection with the school, the time between visits, the lack of depth of knowledge of the school community often means that their impact will unlikely to be as deep and sustainable as educators who are on the ground, part of the community, and committed to the school. Schools often seem eager to listen to the recommendation of consultants, even though on-staff personnel have been saying the same thing for years. The consultant simply provides an easy way to tick a box and make sure we're getting it done. But the reality is that consultants, including me, don't know the school community the way the actual staff do. If you invest in the people that can actually make and sustain the change, you're going to have a much longer and deeper long-term impact. You might say that hiring consultants or sending teachers away to conferences seem to be a cheaper investment, but not only are you often not able to reach every single teacher at a personal and practical level through those methods, the amount of time and energy it takes to actually see the implementation of those strategies goes far beyond the cost of just attending a conference or bringing in a consultant. So while the cost of hiring coaches varies based on the host country, the long-term investment in a coach will make a lasting impact on a much larger group of educators than any one-off conference or consultant visit. Number 3, learning is ongoing. So from point 2 now to point 3, sending teachers off to conferences often leads to a one-off learning experience that may impact an individual teacher's practice, but without the long-term contextual support within the school setting, those ideas often end there. When schools require teachers to share what they learned with their colleagues, that's another step removed from the original inspiration. When teachers walk away from events with long lists of things to try, but don't have the support to make that happen in their classroom, those lists stay wishes. Long-term personalized learning within the context of the school, held physically in the classroom spaces in the school, and with someone who knows the teachers, the school, the context, and can work with them over a long period of time, makes a bigger impact than traveling for conferences. Number 4, learning is for everyone. If you consider yourself a learning-focused school, the learning is not just for the students, it's also for teachers. When schools make an investment in the professional learning of all educators, the value placed on learning is explicitly clear. When leaders model this growth-mindedness by being coached themselves, they're doubling down on the investment in hiring coaches. Number 5, schools are dynamic. Schools are dynamic learning spaces. Every year, things change. We face the unexpected and we learn how to adapt. Likewise, coaches grow with the school and their colleagues. They understand the changing nature of the school community because they're part of it. As school goals change, coaches can bring their experience and relationships with their colleagues to the changing needs of the school. Number 6, schools are unique. Every school has a unique school culture that's influenced by the community, the local culture, the host country, and its history. Having experience living in and working in this environment is priceless. Although outside consultants may be experts in their specific field and cross-culturally competent, it's unlikely that they'll have the depth of understanding of your school-specific context unless they've actually worked in that school before. Number 7, you keep learning close. We know that the closer professional learning is to the classroom, the more effective it is. When professional learning happens in the classroom context with the actual students in the exact situation that teachers are managing on a daily basis, the process is clear and achievable and the impact is visible immediately. You can't get any closer to the classroom than having coaches in the school working with teachers in their classrooms every day. Number 8 is the ripple effect. When coaches work with one teacher on a team, that success can build to others. Teachers sharing about the value of their experience being coached helps build interest in engaging in the coaching process. Investing in coaches, when instructional coaching is supported appropriately, has positive ripple effects of engagement and interest in improvement that radiates out to all the teachers they can work with. Number 9, coaches have a school-wide perspective. Coaches are some of the only non-administrative positions in a school that have a whole school perspective. They have the opportunity to see what's happening in a variety of grade levels and subject areas. They have the availability to cross divisions and engage in deep conversations with teachers and leaders. Coaches have the time and focus to become experts in what teachers are doing and know what works in this context by connecting teachers to each other and sharing and celebrating success without the pressure of evaluation. And that brings me to number 10, the last one, which is a focus on growth mindset. Because coaches are in a non-evaluative position, they can help teachers keep a growth mindset in a non-threatening way. When coaches invest in their own professional learning, they become role models for professional growth and risk-taking too. By engaging in coaching themselves as coaches having a coach, and by coaching leaders, they set the stage for coaching to be valued by all staff members. Of course, all of these are dependent on school structures being in place to support effective and non-evaluative instructional coaching. So it's also really important for coaches to know what they need to be successful and to be able to articulate that to their school leaders, which is why that's a big part of the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program in Phase 1, Finding Clarity. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a second. Those were my 10 reasons that instructional coaching is the key to sustainable professional growth in schools. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please let me know in the comments below or find me on Instagram or Twitter and start a conversation. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. If you also think coaching is key and you want to make a bigger impact in your school setting, we will help you do that inside the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program. In the Coach, you're going to get all the skills you need to be a successful instructional coach, and you're going to get that big picture of how to create a thriving coaching culture, how to build a successful coaching program, and articulate that with your school leaders so that you can create this sustainable, engaging, and inspiring professional learning culture that I'm talking about here in this video. Registration for our next cohort opens on November 4th, and you can find all the details at edurolearning.com/coach. I'm here to support you in making the change you want to see in your school community, and I know you can do that through coaching. So even if you're not in a coaching role yet, you can learn everything you need to be successful as an instructional coach and the process for creating a thriving coaching culture in your school inside the Coach. The Coach is the only certificate program designed for K-12 instructional coaches that includes an entire academic year of mentorship to provide personalized professional learning in a global community-driven environment. It's our mentorship that makes this program so valuable, and you can only get that in our global cohorts. I know it's a big commitment to jump into an academic year-long program, so if you're considering joining the Coach right now, you're probably wondering what learning will be like, or to see how the program works, and to better understand what you can expect to be doing on a weekly basis. So this year, we are sharing a sample week of the Coach for free right now. You can grab it at edurolearning.com/coach preview. In that sample week, you'll learn how to articulate the importance and value of your role to your school principal. It's called the Coach Principal Partnership, and it's going to help you work with your school leader to ensure that you have effective structures in place for coaching to be successful in your school. If you're watching this after registration closes this year, don't worry. We open registration once a year, so there will be another opportunity for you to join us inside the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program. You can get all the details for our next cohort at edurolearning.com/coach. If you're curious right now, you have questions, you want to talk about the program, please reach out. You can leave a comment below or join our Coach Better Facebook group or find us on social media at Eduro Learning and send me a DM. I would love to chat with you about the coach and how we can support you.